I see the hat, Kendall.
Yes, ma'am. I am in my living room. I'm not fixing my hair for it. Sorry.
Well, your hair always looks okay. What's wrong with your hair? And what was the baby? I haven't seen anything about the baby.
Well, I posted it on socials. He's asleep in the other room.
Well, I don't Facebook, so boy.
It's a boy, and he's a big un.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at his father.
Hey, refrain from the fat jokes, Donna Beth.
Yeah, but I'm old enough to be your grandmother.
Your great grandmother.
Congratulations, Dad.
Thank you. I appreciate it. He may end up screaming in the middle of the meeting. Sorry, guys. We just needed to make sure we had this special to try to get these resolutions handled. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, this will be quick and painless.
Are you getting any sleep, Kendall?
You know, that is one thing that they just don't oversell is the lack of sleeping when you have a kid. But it is much more Carly's problem than mine, let's be honest. So
we won't hate it if baby Scudder makes an appearance.
well, if I'm not going to wake him up for it, but if he starts screaming, he might against our will.
No one's going to mind if he starts screaming.
Not at all. Perfectly acceptable.
And I think if we ever go into executive session, at least for the next 2 years, he's allowed in it.
Yes.
I'll make sure he signs an NDA.
I'll second that.
My family, we had 3 under 3. And the twins, and 2 years later, William came along. So whenever I called Sandra, I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Oh, just another day at the funny farm, 3 under 3." But now they're all grown.
Well, as we know, Carly is a saint, so she's handling it well.
Carly.
She's going to be a great mother, and I'm going to be a father. Okay. Any objection, Marco, to us going ahead and starting with the secretary calling the roll once I call the meeting?
I think you're good, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you, members. Welcome, everyone. This special called meeting of the State Democratic Executive Committee has now been called to order. I would like to recognize Secretary Lee Forbes, who will call the SDEC roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations on being a father.
Thank you.
Welcome to the club. Okay. Kendall Scudder, Chairman. Here. Shay Wyatt Cathy, Vice Chair.
Present.
Colby Duhan, Vice Chair for Finance.
Sustaining member.
Otis F. Bigaru, Treasurer. Lee Forbes, Secretary and DNC Member, present. Donna Beth McCormick, Sergeant of Arms.
Present.
Dina Tollerton, Parliamentarian.
Sustaining member.
George Nasser, Parliamentarian.
Sustaining member.
Maudie Peters, CD1. Al Durante, CD1.
Sustaining member.
Mary Ham, CD2. Bill Scruggs, CD2.
Here.
Macy Bum, CD3.
Here.
Frederick Nickens, CD3.
Present.
Eero Ameri, CD4.
Here.
Nate Clark, CD4.
Here.
Winifred Jackson, CD5.
Here.
Ernest Tilley, CD5. Jennifer Vick, CD6.
Sustaining member.
Michael McPhail, CD6. Jasmine Kadib McBari, CD7. Micah Irfan, CD7. Angela Williams, CD8.
Sustaining member.
Chris Powell, CD8.
Sustaining member.
Tony Middleton Lewis, CD9.
Sustaining member.
Ken McKee, CD 9.
Proxy Tony Lewis.
Judy Leone, CD 10.
Proxy Victoria Salen.
Fidel Acevedo, CD 10.
Present.
Suzanne Gentry, CD 11.
Present, sustaining member.
Clayton Tucker, CD 11. Myra Mills Sherhart, CD 12.
Present. I'm her proxy tonight.
Okay. Anthony Rojas, CD 12.
Present.
Leslie Molina Perez, CD 13.
Sustaining member.
Jordan Villarreal, CD 13.
Here.
Norma Lastraco, CD 14.
Sustaining member.
Elias Sanchez Perez, CD 14. Laurel McLeish, CD 15.
Sustaining member.
Jonathan Weisfeld Hinojosa, CD 15. Judy Lugo, CD 16.
Sustaining member.
Richard Genera, CD 16.
Present.
Donna Wright, CD 17.
Sustaining member.
Bart Ewald, CD 17.
Sustaining member.
Alicia Sheely, CD 18. Terrace Shanks, CD 18. Kim Gonzalez, CD 19.
Present.
Josh Schenkel, CD 19.
Here.
Linda Alanis, CD 20.
Sustaining member.
Cole Bowles, CD 20. Claudia Zapata, CD 21. Gabriel Garcia, CD 21.
Present.
Jennifer Cantu, CD 22.
Present.
Mohammed Ajaz, CD 22.
Present.
Nicolette Ardiente, CD 23.
Present.
Wesley Lawrence, CD 23.
Sustaining member, Stop Trump's stealing of the Texas elections.
And Mary Calloway, CD 24.
Present.
David Griggs, CD 24.
Sustaining member.
Miriam Spencer Morrison, CD 25. John Delorme, CD 25.
Present.
Sophia Anwar, CD 26. Peter Mungangera, CD 26.
Sustaining member.
Stephanie Guerrero Signs, CD 27.
Sustaining member.
Okay. Joseph Ramirez, CD 27.
Present.
CD 28 vacant, CD 28 vacant. Linda Jamel, CD 29.
Sustaining member.
Alan Jamel, CD 29.
Signing member.
Kathy Neely, CD 30.
Present.
Jeff Strader, CD 30 and DNC member. CD 31 vacant. CD 32, Annette Kraus.
Sorry, I think I missed my name. Stefan, present.
Okay. Got you. Annette Kraus, CD 32. Mike Rollins, CD 32. Sylvia Lago, CD 33. Carol Parker, CD 33.
Sustaining member.
Kenna Giffen, CD 34. Ben Whitman, CD 34.
Sustaining.
Jen Ramos, CD 35.
Excuse me. Did you mark me present? This is Sylvia Lagos.
No, I'll mark you present now.
I'm sorry, I didn't unmute.
That's fine.
Lee, I'm present, sustaining and starving.
Jen Ramos. Okay.
Sustaining and starving.
CD 35 vacant for the second seat. April Doberstein, CD 36.
Sustaining member.
Rhett Doberstein, CD 36.
Present.
Ash Hall, CD 37.
Present.
Brian Pena, CD 37. Angel Viator Smith, Angel CD 38, sorry.
Present.
Second seat for CD 38 is vacant. Joella Methola, Texas Young Democrats.
Present.
Anthony J. Taylor, Texas Young Democrats.
Present.
Kay Parr, County Chairs Association.
Present.
Larry Davis, County Chairs Association.
I'm here.
Carol Jablonski, Texas Democratic Women.
Sustaining member.
Coretta Graham, Texas Democratic Women.
Sustaining member.
Candace Matthews, Texas Coalition of Black Democrats.
Here.
Antron Johnson, Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Daphne Tenorio, Hispanic Caucus.
Sustaining member.
Julio Salinas, Hispanic Caucus. Karen Wilkerson, Non-Urban Rural Caucus.
Sustaining member.
John Michael Adams, Non-Urban Rural Caucus.
Present.
Jessica Cohen, Texas Stonewall Democrats LGBTQ Caucus.
Sustaining member.
Robert Vargas, Texas Stonewall Democrats LGBTQ plus Caucus.
Present.
Mary Gomez, Texas Environmental Democrats.
Present, sustaining member.
Daniel Ayala, Texas Environmental Democrats.
Present.
Jessica Anakert, Texas Democrats with Disabilities.
Present but tired.
Bruce Johnson, Texas Democrats with Disabilities.
Present, but at Chick-fil-A.
David Nguyen, Asian American Democrats of Texas AAPI Caucus.
Present.
Nabila Mansour, Asian American Democrats of Texas AAPI Caucus. Martha Williams, Texas Democratic Veterans Caucus.
Present.
Jonathan Markentel, Texas Democratic Veterans Caucus.
Present.
Minami Krebs, Texas College Democrats College Caucus.
Present.
Jesse Moreno, Texas College Democrats College Caucus.
Present.
Calvin Brisker, Texas AFL-CIO Labor Caucus. Proxy Lee Forums. Lorraine Montemayor, Texas AFL-CIO Labor Caucus.
Judy Lugo proxy.
Rojo Mijero, Indigenous Peoples Caucus. Taylor Trevino, Indigenous Peoples Caucus.
Present.
Carol Alvarado, Senate Democratic Caucus. Terry Mesa, House Democratic Caucus. Rose Salas, DNC member. Dennis Spate, DNC member. Andre Triber, DNC member.
Sustaining.
Becca Moyer de Felice, DNC member.
Proxy Nicolette Ardiente.
Sinfronia Thompson, DNC member. Royce West, DNC member. Selena
Present, sustaining.
Oh, well, hello, sir.
Tony Lewis, proxy for Sophronia.
Okay. Selena Vasquez, DNC member. Roberto Alonso, DNC member.
Present.
Leonard Aguilar, DNC member. Kerrigan Sanders, DNC member.
Sustaining.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Wonderful work, team. Proud of y'all. Thank you very much for jumping on and helping us do this meeting. Sorry, let me pull my little script up right quick. I know that this was short notice. We had a request from the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats to formalize our position and a resolution on the redistricting stuff, and I thought that that was an appropriate request, as each of you have given some feedback as you feel the same. So thank you all for your flexibility. I'd like, knowing that a quorum is present, I'd like to continue and recognize Jessica Cohen for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to move to suspend the rules and take up the two resolutions that were submitted prior to this meeting.
All right, there has been a motion to suspend the rules and take up the two resolutions that were submitted in advance of this meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there is a second. A motion to suspend the rules is not debatable. It only applies to this meeting and for the two resolutions that were mentioned. This motion would require 2/3 vote for adoption. To hopefully save us some time, let's start with unanimous consent. Is there any objection to suspending the rules and taking up the two resolutions that were submitted in advance of this meeting? All right, hearing none, the rules are suspended, and we will now take up the two resolutions. So we will go ahead and start with the first resolution, which is the resolution on. I'm sorry. Please make sure that you are muted if you aren't speaking. So we'll go ahead and take up the first resolution author, which is Dr. Candace Matthews. Is she on the call?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Wonderful. So you are now recognized to present your resolution.
Okay. Yeah, I have to excuse me. This is my first time doing this. I submitted my resolution. Let me pull it.
If it's easier for you, I can read it for you or whatever works for you.
Yeah, you can read it for me. That'll be perfect.
Okay, so this resolution was submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, the president of the Coalition of Black Democrats, and I'm reading it from the screen. So if you wouldn't mind scrolling up, there we go. A resolution to recognize and protect the 9th, 18th, 28th, 29th, and 33rd and 34th congressional districts of Texas. Whereas the 9th, 18th, 29th, and 33rd congressional districts of Texas have long served as vital pillars of hang on just a second, I'm sorry. Clarification, Marco, are the purples recommended amendments?
I'm not quite sure. I have not seen them. Let me see who has access to be an editor. Maybe someone from the resolution committee had the ability to make some recommendations.
Okay. Then if y'all don't mind, I'm going to go back and I'd prefer to read it as presented. And if people would like to propose amendments, they're welcome to do that. Okay, resolution to recognize and protect the 9th, 18th, 29th, and 33rd congressional districts of Texas. Whereas the 9th, 18th, 29th, and 33rd congressional districts of Texas have long served as vital pillars of the Democratic strength, deeply rooted in the voices, votes, and values of Black and Latino communities. And whereas these districts represent historical legacies of civil rights advocacy, community resilience, and wavering voter participation, contributing significantly to the moral and electoral compass of the Texas Democratic Party. And whereas ongoing threats such as racially discriminatory redistricting, demographic gentrification, voter suppression laws, and political marginalization pose a danger to the continued representation and integrity of these foundational districts. And whereas the Texas Democratic Party must affirm its commitment to protecting and empowering communities of color and recognize the leadership, labor, and legacy of these congressional districts that have consistently delivered Democratic victories at all levels. Therefore, be it resolved that the Texas Democratic Party formally recognizes the 9th, 18th, 29th, 33rd congressional districts as essential to the party's platform strategy and electoral infrastructure and commits to protecting their representation from any form of political erasure or dilution. Be it further resolved that the party and all Democratic office holders, candidates, and affiliates actively support these districts by allocating resources, resisting harmful redistricting, and ensuring civic investment that honors the community's political contributions. Be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all members of the State Democratic Executive Committee, county chairs, Democratic clubs, and elected officials for immediate consideration and adoption. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party schedule an emergency meeting of the State Democratic Executive Committee to address the urgent need and safeguard the representation, integrity, and resources of those districts and growing external threats. That is the resolution as it has been submitted. If there are any individuals who are wanting to provide those amendments that I see listed, they're welcome to do so. But I just, sorry to create that confusion for those who are viewing it. So that is the resolution as submitted. Is there a second on approving this resolution?
So move.
There's been a second by Senator West to approve this resolution. And now we will enter into discussion on this item at hand. Hang on just a second. I decided to do this on my iPad today, which made life. Okay. I see a hand raised by Jordan Villarreal. You are recognized.
Thank you, Chair. This is Jordan Villarreal, TX 13. I would move to amend the resolution to adopt those purple recommended additions, primarily to 28th and 34th congressional districts.
Yeah, so let me read to the individuals that are on this call what those purple amendments are. They add the congressional districts 28th and 34th. In the title, in the first whereas, and in the therefore be it resolved. And then there is a an edit to the be it further resolved that adds, I'll read it as is amended, that be it further resolved that the party and all Democratic office holders, candidates, and affiliates actively support these districts by allocating resources, resisting harmful redistricting practices, demanding in-person filed hearings after a map is created by the Special Congressional Redistricting Committee, and ensuring civic investment that honors the community's political contributions. And adds a be it further resolved that reads as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including but not limited to breaking quorum by leaving the state, providing relief to those impacted by flooding, or any other extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. And those are the amendments proposed by Mr. Villarreal. Is there a second to that amendment?
Just real quick, Chair.
Second.
Chair. Sorry, real quick. My proposed amendments are only everything above the be it further resolved line.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see the final be it further resolved, but everything above that is my current amendment.
Okay. Then that would be
so the additions to the first be it further resolved, and then the additions of the 28th and 34th district.
Got it. So that's the I assume there's no confusion on that discussion with those that are watching along. So if there is any question on that, let us know. But Mr. Villarreal's amendment is to add the 28th and 34th congressional districts and to put the purple amended language on the be it further resolve. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Okay. Is there any objection to that amendment? Okay, hearing no objection. I see Roberto Alonso's hand is raised. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to support the resolution as presented as amendment and amend it. But I just want to bring attention to the membership for two things. Number one, even though the Republicans are targeting the districts that are mentioned in the resolution, I think in between the lines, it has also been discussed that what they're really targeting is the Cuellar district in Ladero, because Representative Cuellar won by 5 votes. The Vicente Gonzalez district in the Valley, because he won by 2 votes. Congresswoman Fletcher's district in Houston, Congresswoman Julie Johnson in Dallas, and Congressman Craig Casar. But the fact that we're bringing it to the attention that we're in a fight, that's why I support the resolution. So that's my first point. The second point is by us taking a very aggressive involvement in redistricting, opposing, other states have come to the table, like California, Illinois, New Jersey, and other Democrat states that are saying if the Republicans in Texas are going to redistrict, then we're going to do it. That being said, at the national level, because I know we've always asked the national folks not to forget about Texas, the national folks are now putting 20 million into targeting some districts here in Texas. And we hope that they continue involving their funds so we can increase the turnout here in Texas. So again, the work that we're doing, and that's why I'm supporting this resolution, is letting folks know the Texas Democratic Party is being supportive, being involved. And we thank both the state party and the national party for working together for making it happen. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Alonso. That is I will call that a speech in favor of the resolution as amended. I see that Taylor Trevino's hand is raised to be recognized. For what purpose?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman. I'm in favor of the resolution.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't know if this is in opposition to supporting these amendments or a point of inquiry.
Okay.
Authors of the amendments. Just curious why the suggestion to add the 28th and 34th congressional districts, understanding that whatever redistricting they do will impact several districts, but I think the original 4 were named because they were specifically called out in the letter from the DOJ as being racially, discriminatory or like unconstitutional rather. And I think those 4 are under a separate context than other districts that might be.
Yeah, I would yield to the maker of that amendment to answer your question, which would be Mr. Villarreal.
Sure. So I'm not the one who added that language into the document, but I do support adding both of these critical seats as they are our 2 Latino opportunity districts in South Texas, currently represented by Democrats, which we know that they're aiming to crack and pack those areas in the Republican districts. So I do think it's prudent for us to at least make mention of those 2 important opportunity districts down in the Rio Grande Valley that are going to be targeted during this redistricting process.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I can speak on that since I'm the one that put this.
Sure. Yeah, I'll recognize you there, Wesley.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kendall. Yeah, I just really wanted to make sure that we added South Texas to this because of all the maps that I've studied so far submitted by people across the state of Texas. A lot of people are going in to target those 2 congressional seats as well as the other ones that are mentioned here that Ms. Matthews put in there. So I just think it's really important that once again, we come to the aid of South Texas, especially as many of them down there just don't feel like they've been listened and heard for these last couple of election cycles. So just making sure that we give them their voice back.
Okay. Are there, I see Alderante's hand is raised.
I mean, I don't have a problem. I think it's good to recognize those districts, but we also have to realize that in trying to crack these minority districts, that every district in Texas may well be redrawn before it's all over.
Thank you. Okay. So if there are there any further amendments to the resolution at hand? Okay. I see Jazz's hand is raised.
Yeah, I would like to adopt the second be it further resolved. That was all brand new.
Okay. There's been a motion to adopt that second be it further resolved. Is there a second on that?
Second.
It's been seconded. Is there any opposition to approving the second be it further resolved on the resolution?
Yes, it's objection.
Okay. So let's pull that back up right quick. And I will read to you what we're working through. Okay. The be it further resolved in question is as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including but not limited to breaking quorum by leaving the state, providing relief to those impacted by flooding, or any other extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. So we'll now we will need to discuss this amendment before taking a vote. I will recognize Jazz to be the first individual speaking in favor of it, as he was the one who recommended it.
Yeah, I think we do need to take bold action in these unprecedented times. Whatever it takes to defend our seats, I think we need to do, particularly a quorum break. I just support them. So that's really all there is to it. We're just in one hell of a time, and we got to do whatever we can to help our Democrats.
Okay. And I know objecting to it was Ms. Coretta Graham. Would you like to speak in opposition to the amendment?
Yes, because this particular amendment takes away from I think the original intent of the resolution that was originally submitted by the Coalition of Black Democrats. So if you want to do all this other bull action, you could have submitted your own separate resolution. I just think adding flooding and all other stuff, this resolution focuses on the redistricting of certain districts based on what the DOJ submitted or sent to Governor Abbott. So I just think adding extra stuff takes away from the original intent of why this resolution was created in the first place.
Okay. The next speech would be one in the affirmative. And I see the next hand raised is Jessica Cohen.
Chair, I'm going to be in opposition.
Okay. The next hand raised would be Frederick Nickens, if you are a speech in the affirmative.
I'm in opposition too.
Okay. The next speech would be Wesley Lawrence, if it's a speech in the affirmative.
Yes, it's a speech in the affirmative.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have to agree with Member Ajaz. I added this in here because we know that Republicans would do anything it takes to stop us if we had the opportunity to do exactly what they are doing. It's no secret that Republicans are doing everything they can in order to allow Trump to skirt any sort of accountability with the Epstein files, to continue these dangerous ICE raids and so much more. And that's why it's really important that our Democrats do everything we can to stop this redistricting scheme brought on to us by one man only, and that is President Donald Trump, who is scared for his life due to an unprecedented midterm that he's going to lose a lot of seats with because of the big bullshit bill. So I think this is really important that we add this in here. It shows that Democrats are ready to fight. It shows that we're not going to take this sitting down. So I just ask that we pass this amendment.
Okay, thank you, Wesley. The next would be a speech in the opposition, which I believe the first hand raised for that would be Jessica Cohen. Okay. If Jessica Cohen does not wish to be recognized, we can go to the next.
Chair.
Okay.
Normally, this is exactly the kind of amendment I would support. And a week ago, this is exactly what I was calling for. But after speaking to a lot of our Central Texas reps, the problem they're having is that it's twofold. One, Speaker Burrows is holding flood relief and the bathroom bill hostage, and they aren't going to be heard until redistricting is done. So at least according to our Central Texas reps, if they break quorum, then both those bills will pass along with redistricting, because they'll just call another special session. My other concern is because of the last legislative session, they passed the rule at the beginning of this session where anyone who breaks quorum is charged $500 a day and they can't use their campaign funds. I had several representatives state that would be a real hardship for them after 4 or 5 days. And if we want to try to include folks who are not billionaires or millionaires or are wealthy class period to be able to hold these offices, we have to take that into account. I'd be open to taking out the breaking quorum part, even though I really want them to do it, but I understand the pickle they're in, so I'm in opposition.
Okay. The next speech would be one in the affirmative. I don't see any hands raised right now. I see Frederick Nickens' hand is raised, but he was in opposition. The next hand raised I see is David Griggs. Is this in the affirmative? David Griggs?
Okay, no, I actually may be in opposition because I don't understand the phrase providing relief to those
Okay.
impacted by flooding. I don't know why
Yeah.
that's there. It does not a
So,
place.
yeah,
I'll
so
wait till
right now I'm only recognizing a speech in the affirmative, as we've set the rules where it's 3 in the affirmative, 3 in the negative, and so I just want to make sure that the next speech is a speech in the affirmative. The next one in queue is Laurel McLeish. Are you a speech in the affirmative?
Actually, I'd like to make a motion to amend,
That would be in order.
and I would like to actually divide the question or divide the amendment and keep the language in the first, be it further resolved, and then delete the language of the second, be it further resolved in its entirety.
Well, hang on. So what you're saying is to remove the second be it further resolved. Right now, we are having a discussion on whether or not to add that be it further resolved. So that would not be an appropriate motion right now. That would just simply be in opposition to this amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to offer a motion.
Okay.
I move that the phrase providing relief to those impacted by flooding be removed from the be it further resolved at hand.
Okay.
I
So
will second that if you need a second.
okay, it's been moved and seconded for an amendment to the amendment. This amendment is to remove the phrase providing relief to those impacted by flooding. So it would read, be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including but not limited to breaking quorum by leaving the state or any other extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. Is there any objection to the amendment to the amendment? Okay, hearing no objection to the amendment, we'll go ahead and strike that piece out. So we are now discussing the amendment as it is raw. There have been 2 speeches in the affirmative. There have been 2 in opposition. Is there another speech in the affirmative? Laurel, is your hand intended to still be raised? Okay, we'll move to Angel. Would you like to speak in the affirmative?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, you are recognized.
Considering that it's obvious that the objective is to dilute the strength of the Black vote and the Hispanic Latino vote, I would feel that supporting our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action is warranted. We do need to protect the voices that are going to be disenfranchised by the actions that they're proposing to take. And so doing whatever it takes is bold and necessary to defend our democracy, as this resolution, as this paragraph states. So I think that it is warranted to include it. I think it amplifies and strengthens the arguments. And it doesn't dictate that we expect certain things to happen or not happen. It says that we support you doing whatever you feel is right and helpful and will prevent this from happening.
Wonderful. Thank you, Angel, the newly elected chairwoman of the Texas Progressive Caucus. And then there would be a speech in opposition. I believe Frederick Nickens would have been the next with his hand in that queue. I would recognize him for a speech in opposition if he's interested in doing that. Frederick Nickens. Okay. Are there any other I see Alderante's hand is raised. Is this a speech in opposition?
Sorry. Yeah, it's actually a suggestion. Well, I guess an amendment to the amendment.
Okay.
So I understand that we want to keep it strong, but I also see Jessica's point. Not only is it a challenge for some of our delegates, but it's also basically calling for them to do something illegal, quote unquote. So could we not take breaking quorum out and just make it something like uncompromising action, and any other extraordinary measures necessary?
So if I'm understanding correctly, Al Durante is making an amendment to the amendment to read as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. Is that accurate?
I think you left out the any other extraordinary measures.
Okay, so on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including including any extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. That's your amendment?
Yes.
Okay. That amendment has been made by Al Durante. Is there a second?
Chair, second.
Second.
Jessica Cohen.
Okay. There's been a motion and a second to amend the amendment to read as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including any extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. We will now entertain speeches in the affirmative and in opposition. There will be 3 of each, and we will start with the speech in the affirmative, recognizing Al Durante as he is the maker of that motion.
I mean, it just, I don't know. I think a lot. I mean, I know resolutions. We've sort of been down this road not too long ago, demanding that our elected officials, through resolutions, demanding that our elected officials take certain actions. And I'm not sure it's the correct use. I mean, we can urge them. We can, I mean, I think we should urge them. We should talk to them. I mean, there are processes for getting things done. Ultimately, if they don't do what you want them to do, to vote against them. So I think that's kind of all I have to say about that.
Okay. Are there any speeches in opposition to the amendment? I see the first hand raises Daniel Ayala. Is yours a speech in opposition to the amendment?
It is, Chair.
Okay, you're recognized.
All right. I think a lot of the times we keep trying to play by the rules that folks on the other side aren't, and we're not pushing back against some very play it safe conservatives. And I think it's time for us to just call a spade and just say what we need done. We can't force anyone. All we can do is make the ask. I think that's what resolutions are. It's an ask, it's an urge, it's not a do it or else. And I'm tired of hearing us always tiptoeing around what we should do. I mean, I completely get Jessica's point, but by the flip side, they're going to completely redistrict us and shut us down, right? And we have to talk about the seriousness of the issue and use language that addresses the seriousness of the issue by going extreme on our language.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just quick point of inquiry with the staff. Are y'all clearing the hand raises, or are they all putting those hands down at the same time?
I'm clearing them so that you can tell who is for and who is against. That's part of our rules.
Yeah, I need them to stay there because I'm trying to track who's first.
We don't keep a queue. People may change their mind in between. We usually have it where they clear.
I'm requesting that you please leave them there so that I can see who's in the queue. And I know that Linda, I know Linda's hand was raised. I don't want to skip over her. Linda Alaniz, were you wanting to speak it would be in the affirmative of the amendment to the amendment? Linda? Okay. I know Dr. Matthews' hand was raised as well in that queue. I'd like, are you speaking?
I'm ready. I'm ready now. I was
Oh, there
going
we
to
go,
speak.
Linda.
I
Okay,
was
are
going to
you?
speak.
Are
I
you
was
speaking?
in favor. I was with Daniel, so I'm against the amendment. I
Okay,
was
then that would
against.
not be proper at this
Right.
time, but we could get to that. And then Dr. Candace Matthews, I know your hand was in the queue earlier. Are you looking to be recognized to speak in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No, sir, because it would be
Okay.
just waiting to speak against it.
Okay. And then I see, I remember Iro Amir's hand was raised in that batch as well. Are you looking to speak in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Then I'm going to go kind of the top of this. John Michael Adams' hands is raised. Are you looking to speak in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No, I'm in opposition to
Okay.
the
Stephanie
amendment.
Guerrero Signs, are you looking to speak in favor of the amendment to the amendment? Stephanie Guerrero.
Yes.
Okay. Then
Can
you're
you hear me?
recognized at this
Yeah.
time. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like this breaking quorum is a strategy that's been used before, and it is something that's bold and uncompromising. It is extraordinary, and so I think that language is enough, to say, hey, we need you to do something, and whatever it takes. I don't think that we have to, direct them on what to do. I think that they can figure that out for themselves. That's why we elected them.
Thank you.
So I'm for the.
Then the next to speak in opposition would be Linda Alanese.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. No, I feel like it's time for us to be bold. We have to be courageous. We can't be watering down. Resolutions are resolutions. Most of the time they'll read them and dump them anyway. So I just feel let's get the Democratic Party behind the Texas Democrats to say break quorum and use that as an example. I'm okay with the removing of the flooding victim, the flooding. I'm okay with that. But that to me is a strategy that maybe can get some attention. We can maybe get some press coverage on the resolution. I just think we can't be namby-pamby anymore. It's our country, it's our state, it's our democracy. That's it. So
thank you.
I'm against that.
And then there's one more speech in the affirmative, one more in opposition. I see Jennifer Murphy Vicks hands raised. Are you in the affirmative of the amendment to the amendment?
I stand with Daniel.
Okay.
So
Micah, are you in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No, I oppose it.
Gabriel Garcia, are you in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No.
Terrence Shanks, are you in favor of the amendment to the amendment?
No.
Okay, at this time, there are no hands raised to speak in favor of the amendment to the amendment. So as a result, speeches would close and we would move to a vote on this item. So please go ahead and put your hands down. Okay, we're gonna go. There's no point of doing a voice vote on Zoom. Let's go with people's abilities to raise their hands. So if you are in favor of the amendment to the amendment, which would be striking, but not limited to, sorry, the screen went away for me to view it. I'm just viewing Terrence for some reason. Are we still sharing this? I don't know why I'm having a hard time seeing it.
I stopped sharing the screen, Mr. Chairman, so that way if someone for some reason couldn't find the button, you could visually see them raising their hand. There might be a button somewhere on the screen that says instead of gosh, what is it called? The view, change it from speaker to gallery in the top right, maybe.
Oh, there it is. I see what you're saying. Oh, wow. Okay. So let's do this. Yes, Jessica Anaker, for what purpose are you seeking recognition?
Yeah, can you just, before we vote, can you just repeat the line? That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to do, but the screen share was removed, so I don't have it sitting in front of me.
Mr. Chair, I just sent you the link. You should be able to see the strikeouts.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Tina is a lifesaver. Okay. The amendment to the amendment would have the be it further resolved to read the amendment to the amendment was to remove discussions of quorum break. So it would read as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including any extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. So all those in favor to the amendment, can you please raise your hand? And I am aware that there are proxies being held. I'm just trying to get a feel of if it's close enough for us to have to roll call this one.
Sorry, can you tell me what the vote is?
Yeah, this is in favor of the amendment to the amendment, which is to
Okay, thank
strike
you.
discussions of quorum break from the be it further resolved.
All right, thank you.
So this, a vote in favor of this would be a vote in favor of removing the verbiage around the quorum break from the be it further resolve.
And voting no keeps quorum break in the language, correct?
Voting no would keep quorum break within the amendment that we then have to vote on. Okay, I'm seeing, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're seeing 25, 29, 30. Okay, please put your hands down. I saw 31 in the affirmative, and those opposed, please raise your hand. A vote in opposition would keep mentions of quorum break in the be it further resolved. Okay, that has already surpassed pretty significantly. So it would be the opinion of the chair that the noes have it and the amendment to the amendment would fail. Okay, so we're now here to discuss the amendment at hand. It is to add to this be it further resolved. For what purpose does Joseph Ramirez seek recognition? Okay, I'm not seeing any hand raised. Okay, so
sorry, it wouldn't come down from the vote.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay, so we now have a be it further resolved, and it reads as follows. Be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic Party calls on our elected officials to pursue bold and uncompromising action, including, but not limited to, breaking quorum by leaving the state or any other extraordinary measures necessary to defend our democracy, halt this unprecedented and anti-democratic mid-decade Trump redistricting scheme. I'm seeing no hands raised for further discussion, so we'll proceed to a vote on this. All those in favor of adding this be it further resolved, will you please raise your hand? And once you raise your hand, keep them raised so I can do a little count. Okay, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm seeing 64. If you'll please put your 65. If you'll please put your hands down now. All those opposed to the be it further resolved, please raise your hand. Okay, it's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the be it further resolved is added to the resolution. Okay, so we now have a resolution as amended. It has been, for what purpose does KPAR seek recognition?
Mr. Chairman, I think we need to remove the dash after necessary.
Okay.
We can do that clerically. I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
there any
you.
objection to the clerical adjustment? Wonderful. Okay. We're going to go ahead and I see, for what purpose does Jonathan Mercantile seek to be recognized?
Mr. Chairman, my screen is showing that there are still two, be it further resolved, that have been stricken.
Okay, let me check that right quick on my hands fancy. Okay. Yeah, that was can staff help me understand why those were stricken? Or parliamentarian or whoever's working this doc?
I believe, let's see here. The Secretary of the Resolutions Committee, Wesley Lawrence, struck those.
Okay. I haven't seen a motion on the table to continue the strike of those. So as far as this resolution has originally been presented, those are included. If anyone would like to move to approve those amendments or whatever as in the document, I'm happy to recognize that. But as of now, those are included in the resolution.
Motion to approve those two strikes.
Okay, there's been a motion by Jonathan to approve those two
Second.
strikes. And there's been a second. I'll recognize Jonathan to speak in the affirmative.
These are housekeeping. Further resolves, excuse me, that the resolution be sent to the SDEC. We are currently debating it, so it is a moot. It is moot to this resolution. And the further resolve that we schedule a meeting. We're currently in the meeting, so it is also moot.
Okay. And then I see Jennifer Murphy Vick's hand is raised. Are you speaking in opposition?
I would like to alter the motion or
That would be an amendment to the amendment.
amendment to the amendment.
Okay.
I would like for it to keep in it, be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all county chairs, Democratic clubs, and elected officials. Since the SDEC has already received it, and remove the be it further resolved as house cleaning, like Jonathan said.
Okay.
But
I would like to make an administrative point. Okay. Of course, y'all can vote how you'd like to, but there is a point here that says that it should be circulated to all members of Democratic clubs. We at the party do not have that list or that ability to do that. But y'all as a body have the right to put in this what you'd like to. I just wanted to put that as a point here. So my understanding of the amendment to the amendment is that Ms. Murphy Vick would like to keep the be it finally resolved with the mentions of the State Democratic Executive Committee removed. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a second to the amendment to the amendment?
A second.
Second.
Okay. There's been a second to the amendment to the amendment. So the amendment to the amendment would have the resolution end as follows. Be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all county chairs, Democratic clubs, and elected officials for immediate consideration and adoption.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make an amendment.
Oh my God.
Okay, an amendment to the amendment to the amendment. I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Okay.
I'd seek some advisement from the parliamentarian.
You're correct, sir. There's no third level amendment there.
Yeah. So we would vote on the amendment to the amendment. And if you have further amendments from there, you can do an amendment to the amendment once this amendment to the amendment has passed. So, okay. So at this point, I would recognize Jennifer Murphy Vick to speak in favor of her amendment to the amendment.
I think that it's important that Dr. Candace Matthews is recognized as writing this resolution, and that we recognize that when we submit this to the rest of the Democrats across the state of Texas. We have in the past not appreciated those that have done things, and I think it's time that we do.
Okay. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to the amendment to the amendment? I see David Griggs's hand is raised.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I actually have a question.
Okay.
I guess a point of inquiry are we in discussion? Can I do that at this time?
I would accept a point of inquiry. Yes, sir.
Okay. I would like to know, before we vote on this, what is the normal procedure of where these resolutions go? How are they distributed, published, what have you? Is some of this already going to happen for this, like going to county chairs and so forth? My second question is, if we pass this, will it say that it's passed by the State Democratic Executive Committee? Because obviously if it says it's passed by us, then we obviously don't need to include us in the list. So what are the answers to those two questions, Mr. Chair?
So point of clarification on your second point is that Ms. Murphy-Vick's amendment to the amendment does not include us. It includes everyone on that list except for the State Democratic Executive Committee. And in your first inquiry, I would yield to Marco for answering on previous distributions of resolutions.
So when it's a memorial resolution, the goal is for that to get to the family. When it's a resolution that's non-memorial, generally those are just posted on the public documents site. They're not necessarily distributed in any sort of specific way, unless maybe the staff or the comms committee or someone wants to do some sort of press release specifically about it. Generally.
Okay. I hope that answers your question, David.
Oh, it does. My follow-up though is, if whatever this gets passed, what will it say? Will it, can we publicize it? Will it say that the State Democratic Executive Committee has passed this on behalf of the party?
It certainly could. It would probably say the Texas Democratic Party has approved an amendment because y'all are the executive body of the Texas Democratic Party. But I mean, if that's important to someone for us to say it that way, we're happy to do it that way. Whatever works.
Well, since we're taking our name out of it, I just want to make sure that we are included somewhere in the
we're the only entity that's able to pass a resolution on behalf of the Texas Democratic Party. So
fair enough. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone wishing to be recognized to speak in opposition of the amendment to the amendment? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to, actually, we'll do this. Is there any opposition to the amendment to the amendment? Hearing none, the amendment to the, I'm sorry?
Calling the question on the resolution.
Okay, so hearing no objection, the amendment to the amendment has been approved. We're now discussing the amendment at hand. Is there any objection to the amendment at hand? Hearing no objection, the amendment has been approved. Okay. We've got a resolution here, guys. And so now we're going to move to voting on this amendment I'm voting on this resolution as amended. I guess I'll save some time to say, is there any objection to the passage of this resolution?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Don't hate me, but I would like to make an amendment to the last clause. I wanted to strike the Democratic clubs because, as you mentioned in administrative, it would be difficult to enforce.
Okay.
So that's the only part I want to strike.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's been an amendment to strike Democratic clubs, as that's not something we're currently able to do. Vice Chair Kathy's working really hard to get us to a point where we can. See that thumbs up, Vice Chair Kathy, but we're not there yet. Is there any objection to that amendment? I see Linda Alanise's hand is raised. You are muted, so I cannot hear you.
Just a question, not an objection.
Okay.
So are we asking the county chairs and elected officials to do anything with this resolution other than just we're handing it to them?
Well, I mean, I think the be it further resolve, I think, has some discussion on requesting bold action. I think that's the request of the
moved part of what I had asked to be left from what I had
the highlighted area was what was
following the elected officials to be circulated. There was something after
and adopted.
There was, but that wasn't the language of the original motion.
Hang on, I'm sorry, Ms. Murphy-Vick, you weren't recognized to speak on that. If the question is for me to read that as it's presented now, I'm happy to do that.
Mhm.
It would read, be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all county chairs and elected officials.
Okay.
Is there any objection? Okay, I see a hand raised by Jessica Inniker. For what purpose?
Purpose to address the thing about county chairs doing something with this amendment and not just say elected officials, but we call all Democrat, I forget what the term is, but we call all Democrats to fight this redistricting, to do everything that they can. And that might address the other piece of what county chairs and others should do about this.
Okay, so is this an amendment?
Yes, amendment.
So what I'm hearing you say is that you would like to add an amendment to the be it finally resolved to read as follows. Be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all county chairs and elected officials, and urge all Democrats in Texas to do all they can to advocate to stop this mid-session redistricting effort.
Something. Yeah.
Is that what you're wanting to amend?
Yeah, if somebody has it more eloquently, they're welcome to do that. But I
Well,
think
you
that,
are, with all due respect, you are the maker of the amendment, so we would need to.
Yeah, that I'm good with that.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, did we already dispose of the Democratic Club's amendment?
Yes, there was no objection. Okay, so is there a second to Ms. Anniker's amendment?
Point of information.
Okay.
Please.
So when I made the motion that we just voted on prior to all these next motions, Dina deleted part of what I read as staying in this that would clarify what Jessica just asked to be put back in there.
I'm not sure that I'm understanding what your point of inquiry is.
So when I made the motion and we voted on it to amend it, to leave part of this in here, part of what I asked to be left that would cover this that's been amended, that Jessica's trying to do a motion on, was still in that when I made the motion.
Okay, so you're saying there was an accidental removal clerically?
Yeah. Yes.
Would you like for me to go undo so we can see what was there?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
The highlighted section?
Oh, the for immediate consideration and adoption is what you're saying was accidentally removed and it shouldn't
Yes.
have been.
It's not
that
part of the
way-
highlighted section.
I read for immediate consideration and adoption,
you
and that's
did.
what we voted on.
You did. That's correct.
I
So-
highlighted what was read off.
Yeah, so it would read as the amended version of it would read as follows. Be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, who I hope no one had a drinking game where they're taking a shot every time they heard Dr. Candace Matthews' name. Be it finally resolved that this resolution is submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, and shall be circulated to all county chairs and elected officials for immediate consideration and adoption. Great.
Are you suggesting that county chairs can adopt and that elected officials can adopt this resolution?
Yes, because we normally submit resolutions and then counties do pick up our resolutions as well and submit them as a county.
Yeah.
That
To
would
their
be
own media.
county CECs then?
At this time, I'd recognize a motion to previous question and vote on the resolution as amended.
Call for the question.
That motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to previous question and vote on the resolution as amended. Is there any objection to that? For what purpose does Alderante seek recognition? You're muted.
I'm sorry, I forgot to take my hand down, but that point was already made.
Great. For what purpose does Jessica Anniker seek recognition?
My hand needs to go down.
Okay. For what purpose does Tony Middleton Lewis seek recognition?
Democrat clubs are still in this. It needs to be removed.
Yeah, they can remove it. In the version that we just read aloud, it wasn't there. Thank you for pointing that out, Ms. Milton Lewis. I appreciate that. What purpose is KPAR seek recognition?
Just clarification, because if we require county chairs to have consideration and adoption of this, may cause a lot of counties to have special call meetings to do this. I just want to make sure that everybody's aware of that.
Yeah, the way I'm reading it, it's just a recommendation.
Okay.
There's no teeth.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any objection to the motion that has been made and seconded on previous in question and voting on the resolution as amended? Okay, hearing no objection, we'll move to a vote on the resolution as amended. All those, is there any objection to the approval of the resolution as amended? Any objection? Any objection? Any objection? Hearing no objection. The resolution submitted by Dr. Candace Matthews, State Chairwoman of the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats, has been approved as amended. Thank you all for your patience in that process. I told you you'd have a crying baby in the background before too long. Okay, for what purpose does Ms. Smithola seek recognition?
My bad, that was an accident.
Okay. All right. We only have one more resolution, ladies and gentlemen. The second
Chair,
resolution
point of
was
information.
yes.
What does that baby look like on your iPad camera?
I will work on that. If let me get what I'm sure will be a robust conversation underway, and I will be back. I'll recognize at this time Stefan Zapparoli to present the resolution he submitted to the body.
All right, I'll keep this short. We're all tired. This is really just about property tax relief, specifically homesteaders, renters, and small businesses. What this would really do is just, shift the tax burden onto the big corporations that just got this huge tax break with the big, beautiful bill. I do have a point of information, not sure who to ask. But my question is, do we need to make an amendment to get this circulated to all county chairs and elected officials, or can we just send it along with the one we just voted on?
So it is not typical protocol for us to circulate every resolution to every county chair and elected official. So if you would like that accomplished, it would need to be put in here. If y'all would like to create that as a protocol, we're happy to do it. But as of now, that is not typical protocol for resolutions.
Okay, thank you. And so I see a message on renters don't pay property taxes. You're totally right. However, it is totally possible for property owners to pass on property tax increases to renters. So anyways, that's just a little point of information.
For what purpose does Wesley Lawrence seek recognition?
I would just like to add the amendment that it's circulated to all county chairs and elected officials.
Okay. There's been a motion made to add that amendment to the bottom of the resolution. Is there any objection? Okay, hearing no objection. Got it added on. We'll now begin speeches in the affirmative and in opposition, starting with Stefan for a speech in the affirmative.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I submitted this is because part of the governor's call is to address property tax relief, specifically tax burden. The reason I think it's relevant is because, let's say by some miracle the redistricting fails, then it means there's all these other issues that we didn't get to talk about. So this is just making sure that, should the redistricting one fail, that we still have spent energy talking about something that matters to all Texans.
Okay. Is the next would be a speech in opposition. Alderanti, for what purpose do you seek recognition?
I have a question about the wording of the resolution. So as it stands now, if I am correct in my thinking, I'm in opposition, but for the most part, I agree with it. There's paragraph 6, whereas any appraisal district for homestead.
Sorry, to be a little strict here, just so that we can make sure we don't end up. So please make either an amendment to or speak in opposition.
Okay. Can I ask a question later then?
I mean, you can have a point of inquiry to the author if you'd like.
Okay.
But if it's semantic based or a question
No,
of
it
disagreement,
seems to be, well, it's not. I mean, if you have two things that seem to contradict each other, that's not semantics.
okay. If you feel that there are things that contradict each other in the resolution, I'll entertain an amendment to change that, or a speech in opposition to the resolution, which either you would prefer to do.
Whichever. Maybe, I may just be misreading this, but in paragraph, can I point out my question or?
Well, it sounds like you would be opposed to it as currently written. So I'll recognize you for
Yes.
a speech in opposition to the resolution.
Okay. In paragraph 6, it says, whereas any appraisal district for homestead shifts the tax burden primarily onto commercial properties, which would impact small businesses the most. I don't really have a problem with that. As a non-income tax state, we all become victims of that. But then in paragraph 11, be it further resolved that the Texas Democratic supports recommendations by appraisal districts that directly reduce homestead appraisals or that limit growth to 0%. So, I mean, this is asking, the way I'm reading it is paragraph 6 is asking us not to reduce because that's going to put the burden on small businesses. And then paragraph 11 is saying that we do support lowering the appraisals. Not that that would ever happen.
Okay. Next, I'd recognize a speech in the affirmative. Any speeches in the affirmative? Hearing none, then we would go. Oh, okay. I see Annette Krause's hand is raised. For what purpose?
Yes, in the affirmative,
Wonderful. You're recognized.
as read, yeah. And I also represent the Texas Democrat Small Business Caucus, and Stefan was gracious enough to run this through, presented it quickly at a meeting. A few of our members did see it, and there was no opposition to it in that. And we appreciated the legislative thought that went into this, and that kind of thinking out of the box to let our legislators and elected officials know that, the strength behind SDEC members and who we have involved. So I want to thank Stefan for this.
Okay. We now recognize a speech in the opposition. I see Micah Irfan's hand is raised.
So, hey guys, I'm a huge fan of us taking a stance on property taxes because it's a very important issue. I do have some concerns regarding this resolution, even though I really support the spirit of it. First, it's very specific, and like it's like these are really intricate policies that are being proposed that I think good faith Democrats can totally disagree on. And whenever we're the party, we're speaking on behalf of all Democrats. We should not make statements that are so specific that like a lot of people could disagree with them. I'll point out one that I personally don't agree with: freezing appraisal growth on all homesteads. That's a really radical policy. I don't think that mansions in areas that are quickly developing and growing should not have their appraisal go up. I think that their appraisal should go up. I think if our goal is to provide relief to lower income Texans, with that same amount of resources that would be costed by that tremendous property tax cut that would flow somewhat to very rich individuals, we could provide cash relief, rental assistance, other types of programs that would help working class communities a lot more than this tax cut, which might disproportionately flow to richer individuals. So while I support the kind of spirit of us talking about property taxes, I don't think that this specific language is the right approach.
Okay. And now I'll recognize a speech in the affirmative, which would be the final speech in the affirmative. Wesley Lawrence is recognized.
Yeah, I just want to start by thanking Stefan for writing this really important resolution. You know, when I'm out on the streets talking to voters, one of the things I often hear is that we have not received adequate and proper tax relief here as Texans. And living in El Paso, which is one of the highest taxed cities in the nation, I'm glad to be seeing something like this pop up. I think it's really important now more than ever that we show voters that we're taking a bold, direct stance on property tax relief, especially when inflation is taking many of us down, including renters who do pay property tax through a direct increase in their rent year after year after year, with many of us being taxed out of our homes and many renters being taxed out of their rental properties due to being unable to afford the increase in their rent. So just thank you, Stefan, for this, and I hope we can pass this.
Okay. And then the final speech will be a speech in opposition. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the resolution? Recognizing Anthony Rojas.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the sentiment. So thank you, Stephen, for bringing this up. The only reason I'm in opposition is because I believe it calls for additional unfunded mandates by the state government onto our municipalities and local taxing entities, as well as further stripping their power for them to be able to set their own tax rates, set their own appraisals on what's best for their own little city, municipality, or taxing entity. So that is the reason why I'm in opposition.
Okay. We have now hit our limit of speeches in the affirmative and in opposition to this resolution. So at this time, we'll move to a vote on the resolution as amended. Let's do a show of hands so I can get a good feel here. All those in favor of the resolution as amended, please go ahead and raise your hand. Those in favor of the resolution, please go ahead and raise your hand and keep them raised. Okay, I see 47. Go ahead and put those down. Hands down, hands down. And then all those opposed, please raise your hand. Okay, last call. Those opposed, raise your hand. And okay, it's the opinion of the chair that those in the affirmative have won the day on this resolution.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you all. So for what purpose does Michael McPhail seek recognition? For what purpose does Andre Trauber seek recognition? Nope. Okay. Being no more business before the body, this meeting would be, for what purpose does Kay Parr seek recognition?
Just a privilege, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to thank the SDEC for recognizing the work that the county chairs do by that addition to the resolution that be shared out to our county parties so that we can get this out to the people who are the boots on the ground in our communities. We really work hard to do that, and I really appreciate the thought that was put into recognizing us in this way. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Kay. And what purpose does Marion Spencer Morrison seek recognition?
Yes, Mr. Chair, you promised since we got to see the baby.
What I'm going to do is adjourn the meeting and then run and try to dig up a baby for those who want to stay on to see the baby so that everyone is not forced to stay on to look at my baby if they don't want to. But I will work on that. For what purpose does Dr. Candace Matthews seek recognition?
No, I just want to say I want to thank everybody with the SDEC in regards to the resolution and having it to where we don't have it watered down, and that we let them know that it's a new era with the Democratic Party here in Texas. And we letting them know already off top. You punch us, we're gonna slap you in the face. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. Okay. Being no more business before the body, this meeting will be adjourned. Those who would like to stick around while I dig up a baby are welcome to do so.
I want to see a
Right down,
baby.
Chair.
I want to
Dig
see a
up.
baby.
Dig up a baby.
Wait, is that really what he said?
Yes,
I'm
there's
gonna
a
go dig
bad
up a baby.
connotation to that.
He's such a dude.
It could be in the ball pit.
It must be that must be some kind of millennial slogan or something. I've never heard that before. Dig up a baby.
We got him a ball pit for the baby shower.
Aw. So we were joking. My husband and I were just joking about.
Oh.
Hey, look, buddy.
Everybody all at once say, oh.
This is our buddy.
Is this his first Zoom call?
This is his first Zoom. Who are these people?
Look at that hair and those teeth.
So precious.
Who are these people?
He got face.
So this
He's
is
like,
Lyndon. He
"Hi,
is Texas'
Lyndon."
newest young Democrat.
Oh, he's
I love it.
Lyndon's like, you woke me up for this.
He was in the middle of eating, so I'm surprised
Oh,
he's not
eating.
starving right now.
Even more
Hello, buddy.
egregious.
So
Yeah, you know, Mama's gonna say if you're gonna spit up on Dad. Don't spit up on me.
right. So baby's first Zoom call, and I'm sure y'all will see him many, many times.
Oh,
Hey,
So
buddy.
precious.
He's so good, right? He's shockingly good.
Wow.
Does he have a blue outfit yet?
So he has multiple donkey onesies and stuffed animals. Thank you to many
Of
of
course
you
he
on the
does.
call who have been sending those.
How precious.
What do you see,
How's Mama
Senator,
doing?
Governor? What do we see there? Senator?
He's going to be whatever he wants to be when he grows up, as long as it's not Republican.
How's
Then you'll
Mama
get
doing?
cut out of the will, buddy.
How's
Hey,
Mama
Kendall.
doing, Kendall?
So-
Hey, Kendall, don't blink. It goes by so fast. Don't blink.
Oh, I thought you were taking a picture.
No, he's precious.
Doing
I
so.
think
How's Mom
Lyndon
doing,
needs,
Kendall?
Do what?
How's your wife doing?
yeah.
She's doing great. She's exhausted, but doing just shockingly great. So the goal is in 2 weeks, because he's 2 weeks old today. He's supposed to be his birth weight at least. He surpassed his birth weight last Tuesday, and this Tuesday was about 1.5 pounds bigger. So
How long is he, Kendall? I mean, you're tall.
he's in the 99th percentile of height.
So should we start the NIL money now?
He will probably be a basketball guy.
I mean, I hear UT has a great basketball team, so
Not a football.
Well, I very much appreciate y'all and your patience with me over the last few days, weeks. I've been trying to keep up our interviews and doing things, but I haven't been quite as present as I was before. But thank y'all for your patience with me on it all.
Kendall,
You're
you're doing
doing
a great
fine.
job
Good
as a
job.
first time dad.
You're doing great.
We're getting there.
Blessings
y'all.
deserve patience.
Congratulations.
Well, I will see
Congratulations.
y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and
Yes.
I'll see
And
y'all
why
in
your
the field.
baby's birthday is on my
Bye-bye.
birthday. Your
Have a
baby's
good
a
one.
fighter.
Joint birthdays, buddy.
Congratulations.
Okay.
That's
Thank
Dr.
y'all.
Matthews,
Take
baby.
care.
I'm taking that
Good
baby.
night.
My baby.
Oh, dig up a